Everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Let's continue the story. Last episode we did Ace Chemicals. It took quite a long while. So I'm going to try and, I guess, react to that and move maybe a little faster in the open world area. Well, nope. If this is the level that I'm thinking it is, it all comes back to me. This is kind of a vehicle fight level, so it won't take that long anyways. How did we get to this point in the story? Last thing that happened was we escaped Ace Chemical being on fire. And now I don't even know where we're supposed to be going, because I can't see the invisible studs. There they are. There we go. As I'm running over potentially bad guys and maybe some good guys. It seems like the ratio to goons, of goons in Gotham City right now versus civilians is about 3 to 1 in favor of goons. So, here's the problem with Gotham City being an open world. It's gonna be these tall buildings and such in such a fashion that it's gonna feel very claustrophobic. And in general in the open world, even if you're actually gonna try and drive, which is why I never drove in the New York open world section of LEGO Marvel, really. It's just too much of going back and forth. Here, let's just view the map and see. I mean, this is where we're going. This is where we're heading. And we started, I think, over somewhere around here in Ace Chemical. And we're just zigzagging our way because the game is telling us to. We can see these big light sources sticking up. We hear somebody calling for help. We can see a system fail over here. I bet I would need a freeze weapon for that. I've totally lost the... Let's just stop. I've totally lost the marker. So I really don't know where I'm going. Is this the right direction? I think so. I hope so. There's nothing else on the map. I could put a marker anywhere else I wanted. Is it telling me to go this way? Why is it telling me to go this way? It doesn't look anywhere close to where we were supposed to have been going. And then it just stops. Was I supposed to turn? Like, there's no where to turn. Gosh. I just said I was going to try and speed up this outside section. Yeah, so here's the Juggernaut. We were probably really close to it. Guess we just have to run into it? Nope. You just gotta have to follow it.
Chaos on the streets and supervillains running wild, the last thing Gotham citizens needed tonight was a massive fire at the Ace Chemicals plant. Unfortunately, that's exactly what we got, with explosions which rocked nearby apartment blocks, dramatically lowering residential property prices in the area. Superman was on hand to deal with the fire, but police remain baffled as to the motive behind what looks like a deliberate act of sabotage.
So the level was literally behind this thing. You had to just follow it to load it into the level. So what it was showing me on the map was something completely different.
You can't rush something like this.
It's a little weird here too that the Joker would be able to make kryptonite, but Lex wouldn't.
I think we've got company.
Alright, so another vehicle mission. And the right trigger is switching between the two characters. Alright. Let's allow ourselves to go around in circles once. Because I think this is the entire everything of this level. It's just fighting this. Did we even see this vehicle in the last episode to have any connection to it? Maybe we didn't. I mean, it would be not super surprising if we didn't, because they could have been very well thinking they weren't even going to include this, and then had to include it for one reason or other, and decided to include it for one reason or another. Looks like there's a few mini kit pieces behind the signs, but so far shooting cars and shooting goons and running over things seems nothing. Now I'm not controlling the vehicle at all. There's no control here. All I have is the X button. There's no missiles or anything happening here. If we go over to Robin, all he has is the X button, nothing with the A button, nothing with the Y button. Y just switches us back over. Both the left and the right trigger switch you around. So I think we've probably gone full circle here once. And I don't see anything else here. So let's just fire at this and get rid of it. Kind of dull, kind of slow process. You have to do that. Of course, it probably would have been faster if I hadn't spent all that time, you know, shooting everything else, checking for mini kits. Now we take on this guy, which, okay, that's cool. There's multiple enemies. Got a mini kit piece somewhere there. So, as far as I can tell, the path is not changing. We're just going in one big circle. That sounded like we got a mini kit from that somehow. And we have to fight this. So effectively this boss fight is somewhere around 9 hearts. Because you have to do 5 hearts to the big vehicle, and then you have to kill the ship in between each one. And it's actually a lot more damage than you normally would have to do, because you're having to sit here and lower a health bar, which is something we've never seen in LEGO games before. We've never seen a health bar that is secondary to the number of hearts. We've never had to sit here and fire non-stop. And frankly, I don't think we see it again ever in a LEGO game. Seems just redundant on top of the heart system, which is already a little too much sometimes. LEGO Marvel is a much newer game, and we certainly never saw health bars like this. But you can definitely tell they're stretching to make this level go as long as possible. We're halfway towards superhero without even trying. And this should end the battle here. We may just have a really short episode here. It's difficult, but not impossible at the moment to jump back into a level like this and try and do it in free play. Plus, I don't have probably what I need. You don't usually get straight up Lego, the word Lego in LEGO games. That's kind of new. So that was 10 minutes at best to get into this level and get that far. And now we're back to which I much rather prefer. The guy says get them and releases some Lex Luthor bots. And the scientist over here says get them. So it's an infinitely spawning Lex Luthor machine. See how it's hitting me but not working because I'm building. I love that. I love not getting interrupted. So why does it allow why in Lego Marvel Superheroes, for example, and all the games after this, does it still interrupt me? Alright, so we're gonna change this, magnetically move this ball through this path. Alright, cool. And that opens the door. Alright, that looks really cool, but there was nothing here that indicated that's what was gonna happen. That some robot was gonna come out, grab it, and fix it. If we had heat vision or something, we could get in there. But since we don't, we will just walk through the magnetic pieces right around to the second level. Now, it's usually our first desire to get Batman in here, so we wanna find a way to let Batman in. There we go. Close that so that no more Lex bots. There's like a poison ivy plant here that I think might be, yeah, because that's a free play thing for poison ivy. What happens here? Ah. Give us some boxes. It's kind of hard to see from this camera angle and the sides. The way this camera angle is set up, it looks like the entire vehicle is just like completely sided with windows. But they're not windows, they're just holes now. Alright, let's turn this off. And that gets me up here to the top here. Here's the citizen in peril. Here's some black bricks that we'll use later. You just take the citizen uses as a trusty thing. Interesting about the grapple there. I did not press the B button or the X button to do it. I just double jumped and it grappled because I was close enough. 3 different ways to use that system. It's kind of amazing. Alright. So how does this one? I'm confused. Can't break this. You can't break those. So I can get up here. I can hit that. Oh. Well, that didn't make a lot of sense. Let's see if they will attack me while I'm invisible. Yeah, they seem to be able to see me. Interestingly enough, okay. Right. So that was a glowing blue piece there that was powering that, and it shouldn't have been glowing blue. It should have been some other color. Would have made a lot more sense. That's just bad placement. See this glowing blue here, this glowing blue here, it doesn't have anything to do with the electrics. It's just the color they chose. Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the magnetic ability, which is what we've been trained up to this point to believe, is that anything glowing blue was magnetics. What it should have been is just a completely separate unseen color, maybe green, like the sides of that ladder. Here's a couple of hover guys that we have to take out because we need their pieces. How convenient, they just bring the suit pieces to us. Bat suit.
One more things.
Bat suit has a wing pack. Press A and this to jump across. Really? Start with this. So the hint there wasn't helping. See this? It's bluish, slightly purplish, but yeah, it needs a totally different color setup there. Here we can get this. Why is this not open? Well, I guess I have to do something with these glowing orange things later on to open that. You'd think with the sonic suit and its ability to break glass that would be broken. Some things just feel all wrong in this level. Like somebody who made it didn't even know the rules. They're new to Lego games. Alright. That broke that part, and then this will do something with this part. But again, I don't have any idea what that was doing. What are we doing now? I mean, if myself as an adult doesn't understand what the actions I'm taking are resulting in, what does that say for this kid game that's supposed to be for little kids? I mean, you're really disrespecting even little kids' understanding and demands of quality when you could say, when you're making a level that says, they'll just run around and build everything we tell them to, and there doesn't have to be any logical reason or rhyme to what they're doing. That's not acceptable. I should understand, or at least have a clue what's going to happen. I know that doing that is going to open a path and let me go. So that's a good, how it should work. We're in this giant electric core place. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys and these guys. Let's grab this, see what happens. What does this glowing green thing do? Guess it breaks it. Okay. So they even had a glowing green thing to indicate electronics, and they didn't use it in a couple places where they really should have. There's got to be another glowing green thing somewhere around. Here. You can see the Joker back there. There's something more. I think I need Batman, who's still stuck out here for some reason. Alright. Where these pieces come from? I didn't see those before. Guess it doesn't matter. How do we get up there? So you can't do that. Okay, I see. This wall here, he's been bat suited. His ears are ringing. Alright, this over here gets us here. Which then opens the second one and then allows me to break it. Okay. And then that gives the pieces. Get Batman up here, and then his bat glide suit. Oh, he just right up uses grapple there. Is the grapple always there? Yeah, the double jump to grapple actually doesn't work very well, does it? Better just grapple with this. And then that gets me over here, so I can break this, so I can pull the lever and bring out the third electric piece. Alright. So that's been another 12 minutes.
Goodness, beaten again. No hard feelings.
Oh no, the Batmobile.
Where's your car?
So that got back to what I feel like was the average length of a level. It did feel like somebody new worked on that level in a couple places, and half of it was a vehicle section, which, while significantly better than the LEGO Star Wars vehicle sections, still aren't what I'm coming to a LEGO game for. I just personally don't enjoy the LEGO vehicle concept as in a LEGO game. Maybe if I was playing with real LEGOs, I would be alright with a LEGO car. But in LEGO games, they just don't. They're not what I'm looking for. The controlling's definitely better though. So it's interesting compared to the first game also to think about how it seems like we're gonna just be chasing the Joker through the all Batman's part of the story here. Joker and Lex. Whereas in the first game we were very specifically chasing after one group of villains for one chapter, a completely separate group of villains for the second chapter, and a completely different group of villains for the third chapter, and we only even were dealing with the Joker in the third chapter for maybe 1 or 2 levels. With the new voice acting, with the more interaction here. They're definitely improving on the characterization of both Batman and his worst enemy, the Joker. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.